I think she was picked a few times in the Americas.
She seemed broken before she got hit with the nerfs.
Yeah.
But I think Enchantress is just one of those heroes that it's very easy for her to be overpowered or totally useless. It's all just about
either you just can't kill her in the
phase.
lane,
Yeah.
or you can, and then she's just not much of a hero.
Yeah, like she has to have a strong laning phase because she doesn't have a farm mechanic.
Mm-hmm.
So once you're weak enough, once you're nerf her to a point that she has a bad laning phase, then it feels like she just never really comes online.
Mm-hmm.
So some carries getting banned out here. Singularity removing the Slark, the Bloodseeker, who would have been pretty good against their heroes.
Seeing a lot of Bloodseeker bans.
He's been
a really good
popular
hero.
pick.
Yeah, it's like that Slark replacement, Ember replacement. You don't have the same delivery, but you're very fast. You snowball. I'm telling you, it's these heroes. The faster a hero can be competently 6-slotted, the better for you. Heroes like Gyro, Ember, Bloodseeker all do this well because you can go. You upgraded boots, one little build-up item, a couple Wraith Bands, a Magic Wand. You're good to go. And you can add more items as the game progresses, but you're like super strong at that 15-minute mark.
I guess my biggest concern about Bloodseeker is he may hit his timing harder than those other heroes, but he certainly falls off a lot faster. So that's why I was just surprised at like the priority that's been put on him.
Mm.
So Timbersaw getting removed by NIP. That hero's seen a lot of success as of late. We saw Moo crushing with him in NA. We saw him basically unstoppable in the Ad Finum game as Austin just beat himself with the stick.
Yeah.
Are you okay, buddy?
Yeah. I mean, I'm fine. I just actually hit the headset. That's all.
Oh, I'm more worried about your head.
No, I'm good. I'm good. Maybe that means they're thinking about some sort of strength core as well. Since they already have the Omni Knight, having 2 strength cores would make Timbersaw really good. So maybe a Wraith King is in striking range.
Hey, look, guys. Nip has the exact same support duo.
Yeah.
If it ain't broke.
Oh. That's
That's
not
new.
what I expected.
No steroid for him either, so perhaps
Yeah.
this forces a mag ban, but it would be a core, not support, so it'd be a bit awkward. I like PA. You don't necessarily need the damage amp because now you have the Omni, so he's still got a ton of sustain. You can leap forwards, a lot of setup, and it's very good against the Ench and the Ember.
Yeah.
However, this is certainly a slower-paced lineup for Nip, who are playing for a spot at the Minor. In fact, a Minor, where will that be hosted, LD?
Sunny Los Angeles, right here in the
Whoa.
Beyond the Summit studios.
Well, I say.
The Dota Summit
What a
11, the
paradise.
only NADPC event of 2019.
I have to say.
I would say get your tickets now, but they're already sold out. Sorry, folks.
Oh, damn. How fast do they sell out?
Limited selection. It's a studio audience. So
How many? Can I ask how many people you're going to have here?
I don't know if I'm allowed to say that.
They don't know yet.
It's like a.
They know. They sold out on the ticket, so obviously they had a number.
Well, they sold like
I think we've talked about maybe adding a few more, but that's really more Blaze and Gods' department.
Gotcha.
So I have to defer to my esteemed
What-
colleagues.
I was
is your
curious how many
department?
people you could fit in here. That's all.
what do you do? Because apparently you're just like, I'll come back to casting. That's fine. Sounds like fun. So like,
I don't
what
have
is
to
your
explain
job?
myself to you, Kyle.
It just seems like you have a lot of free time for someone running a business.
Why? Because I'm casting?
Well, it's not just that. It was like the messages you were putting in group chat. It was like 8 p.m. and LD's just like, hey, anybody want to play Scrabble? And just shows a picture of him, empty board. And
Is this a different group chat? Like,
I've been talking to you all week.
about playing Scrabble?
Yeah.
I don't even like Scrabble.
Was it Connect 4?
Is it a different David?
Is that more complicated? Too complicated? of a game?
Yeah,
What's your favorite board game with friends?
Well, I like serious board games.
Do you like
Yeah.
Catan? I'm a big
No,
Catan player.
Catan is like light fare. It's like an appetizer.
Yeah,
Gotcha.
LD's
You got to get into the
real
heavy stuff, you know.
What are we
board
talking
game
about?
connoisseur.
Well, Twilight Imperium,
What the
Descent, Journey into the
We need to play
Darkness.
have another board game night. That
yeah.
was fun
We
last
had
time.
quite a sesh.
Yeah.
You know,
Dude,
like
board
10
game-
hours.
Board game. Well, Jesus, that's a lot. That's a big sesh.
Yeah, I've been playing.
Must have been a hot box. that game you were playing?
Yeah, we were. I recently got done playing Axis and Allies.
Okay.
Global edition.
Oh.
The board is the size of my kitchen island.
Well,
So it
thank
felt
God you have a big
it
island.
felt like I was like in a war room in one of those movies, like because it's the island, so you can like pace around it, very theatrical.
That's awesome. I
Yeah.
want to play.
So I don't know what the hell you're talking about with this Scrabble nonsense. 'Cause
So-
that ain't my game.
Singularity has hard outdrafted Ninjas in Pyjamas in this game. And I'll tell you why. First
Okay.
off, Brew, very underpicked hero. You have an AoE Dispel for the Omni Knight here. And in fact, it's a team fight dominator in this game. Early game, you actually cannot do a damn thing as NIP till you have multiple BKB heroes. In addition, you've got PA Monkey King. They both sort of fill the same role in a fight, and they don't have that sieger. When you have a Monkey King, you want something like a DP that just stands in the middle of your ring, hits the tower. You're protecting this high mass hero, right?
The math.
Singularity, you've got not just better team fight, not just better catch, but Morphling as a 1-to-1 will at some point be the strongest and most powerful hero in this game, especially when you can take over the PA, use his abilities against the Pyjamas. He can take the Omni Knight too. Either way, low damage. What?
Is he going to turn into a PA?
He can.
Okay.
But it might be Omni Knight too. Both are fine. Both are really good.
Mm-hmm.
I'm convinced, Cap. I'm all aboard the Kyle hype train here.
I agree with
Singularity
several
looking
things
good.
that Kyle said. I definitely agree with the Monkey King and PA kind of both fulfilling the same role. I thought Brewmaster was a sick pick, and then honestly, I think Monkey King makes Brewmaster an even better pick in that like Brewmaster's just a team fight dominator, right? So you want to be able to either out initiate and burst the Brewmaster. Or your life is going to be really difficult for a mid-game lineup, which Nip definitely has. The one concern I do have for Singularity's lineup is the fact that this Morphling is susceptible to PA and Monkey King, in that you can get bursted down by this hero, especially since your survivability mechanism means you lower your armor, and so that means the physical damage burst makes it even stronger. That's my biggest concern. Is just that. But they don't have like the really strong initiation that is going to catch him out easily, right? They have telekinesis into Ice Path, or they have a Boundless Strike opener or something. It's not like super. It's not a super big threat.
Gunnar has to play an excellent game here, and I know he's favored in the lane against Ember Spirit, but the problem is you're not really favored in the game. I also think they could have done a better laning concept here. Hold up.
Gunnar, he's just run into 4 heroes. Can he make it out? Doesn't look like it with the dual breath.
Give it to Ember. Oh, God.
Maybe he does escape. Maybe he does.
Whoa.
He heads for the hills. He boings away. He does not have a whole lot of regen here. Just the 2 pulled tangos. So he's going to have to worm the long way around, eating the trees. He's on a incredible journey, and he is eventually just going to accept his fate.
Yeah.
Give up the kill.
You can't TP back to the base. You can't level up Tree Hop. It would ruin your lane.
Yep.
Like I think you have to accept it.
Why didn't they put the Brew mid is my question. Isn't that a better matchup against the Monkey? You just spam that Cinder Brew?
But then you have the... I think you just want the levels on the Ember, right?
Suppose.
Even if he loses
But
the lane.
I figured he maybe went, no, even more if you're right. You kind of have to do this. But I want to see them play aggressive, like gank mid. Make this Monkey suffer. You just need 1 or 2 kills. He'll be playing aggressive like this the whole time. So get level 2 on the Tiny, hit a nice toss back, and find that smash.
I also think this lineup is really susceptible to the Diffusal Blade build on Monkey King. So I'd kind of like to see that. Do you like that build, Kyle?
The build...
Diffusal Blade build on Monkey.
In this game, not so much. I think
really?
it's too slow. I think you'd be better off because you need a BKB early. So I think you might be better off with a Maelstrom just so you have some sort of farming item.
Okay.
You can get it later, but I'm very afraid of Monkey King falling off here. You know what? It's fine to get Diffusal. He just has the max tree dance. He's got to be able to clear waves because that's something NIP is going to struggle with this game. And you need a Battle Fury on your PA before he's adept at it.
Yeah.
Supports are going to be too busy. Got to deal with this Ember Spirit.
Yeah, Mage doing pretty well here so far.
Yeah, he's got the lane pushing.
Hasn't really been getting the Jingu harass. But Gunnar is starting to beat him with that cane.
It's not a cane, it's a staff.
It's dual purpose. Actually, you're right. It's got a staff end on both sides. Be a pretty bad cane. But it sounds better to say beat someone with a cane, you know? It's like that deceptive old man strength.
I mean, you have a staff at home, right, LD? Do you prefer one-handers or two hands?
I don't have a staff at home. I should.
He brings it with him to work.
Oh,
Yeah,
okay.
that's I loaned it to Cap just so he could try it out.
All right.
See if he wants to keep it.
I don't have a big staff like LD does, so it's nice for him.
You've got inner staff.
Invisibility.
You know, Monkey King staff, it can actually change size.
Really?
He's a
Yeah.
magician.
How so?
I don't know. It just grows bigger. That's part of his lore.
I don't
You
think
might-
you're talking about his
you might
dick.
say-
it's in his lore.
You
Check
might
it.
say it erects itself.
I don't know what these guys are talking about, but I am very serious about.
Saberlight. Oh, who's in trouble, actually? Skeeter now pretty deep behind enemy lines. He's going to get turned on the power of the Jakiro and the big-ass creep wave. Can they bring him down? Dual breath coming through. They're going to get Dunchka. Saberlight needs to back away. They dagger him. They pursue. Ice Path coming through. Really huge amount of pressure on this bottom lane.
Is this a two-wave?
21 and 0 on your PA.
Did he double stack it or triple stack it?
Well, I know Dunchka dragged the wave back.
Yeah.
Like,
Man, you guys are
think it was
missing
only one.
some Biver plays. This man has just juked so hard, and now he's going to live. What a beast.
What a beast.
space crazy.
Do you think Enchantress is a good 4, though?
No.
I don't think so either.
And this is the way, if NIP were to win
Or
this
sorry,
game,
5. It's a good 5.
it's a good 5 when No-Tail's playing it. Because he's getting so much done with the creeps early game, and they typically do it specifically with Alchemist or Meepo, and they can abuse this Ench ability to stack multiple camps before any other hero. Because you use this creeps, you have like 2 or 3 triple quad stacks in one area of the woods, and then all of a sudden that core hero's jumped up in net worth.
Boy, these lanes are really rough right now for Singularity. They're going to dive Saberlight. A follow-up dual breath with the dagger secures yet another kill. Meanwhile, Dunchka was off trying to gank mid. He kind of hesitated, doubled back. Now he's back again. Mid lane going well for Gunnar with the 8 denies, and the gank will not be successful. And you look at top, Morphling
Denied.
even on CS with the Omni Knight, so laning stage, significant advantage here for NIP.
Yeah, they're just not helping bottom enough. And Tiny, not the same sort of support hero when Dijanishka plays it. This man is not about the lanes. He is ganking or pulling creep waves exclusively.
He's found a target here, locking onto the twin head. Should be able to kill off PPD. Nope, pops the fairy fire, jukes around the trees. No way this surely he's not going to get away. Actually looks like he is. Runs back towards Saberlight, but he can't get in quite in closing distance. He's going to clap that PA, but PPD survives. There will be, looks like likely 3 bounty runes here.
Oh, DNC, he knows Peter wants to go for the shrine.
Oh, there's the scan.
Look out for fallen rocks.
It's a nice play. Way to be heads up, though, PPD. I always like, you see new captains messes up a lot. They kind of like turn their brains off at times. Good 5s, you're always aware of what's happening around the map, as that is your primary use to your squad in those calls. And the need for good positioning when your hero is the squishiest. Gunner, he's up top. He's looking to make some moves. Morphling, very low. He dies in 1 staff hit. Oh, Gunner.
Oh, he's asking for it.
Dire are
Trying to worm his way through the trees, find that correct opening, get ready for the spring, and he's going to jump down, crits him, and blows him up. Now Peksu trying to retreat out. Universe is here, though, to protect that Monkey King, and with the Heavenly Grace, he'll be a much more difficult takedown. They've committed Mage to this rotation. Can they get out safely? Fade Bolt available, trying to limit the damage, but still the shield burning. Gunner low, and if they can just get in range for one more nuke, they should get the kill. Remnant forward, they punish the Monkey King.
Mage saving that last remnant. 3 perfect remnants, so that is not a kill. Well done by the pub star.
Excalibur's now made the journey to bottom, but he'll find no comfort here with these daggers. Has to be careful how heavily he agimorphs. Well, still more action top, though. Universe, they're going on him now. Get the crit, get the slow.
Dire's
The big
top
bird
tower
trying to
is
slow
under
them down,
attack.
and, well, he'll still make it out.
Uh-oh.
Radiant's
They're jumping the Morphling. The Morphling may die again. Primal Spring forward, and one more hit. Gunnar secures it. There's just nowhere comfortable for Excalibur to go right now, and the pressure continues. Dunshka trying to toss back
Dire's bottom tower
the
is
hero,
under
but it just
attack.
won't matter.
I mean, Nip, they are rolling right now, man. They didn't even need a break.
Radiant's
We started
middle
this
tower is
series
under
as if it was just the next
Dire's
game.
structures
Yeah, just to
are
be
fortified.
clear, they had the option of like up to a 30-minute break because they had to play back-to-back matches, and they said, no, let's go.
Yeah, they're like, we made dinner plans. Like, this is not going to be difficult for us. We want to clean this up.
Well, also,
Get outta
like,
here.
you know, they've probably already done some of their game planning for all of the potential matches today, and if you're feeling good, you know, ride that momentum.
It's going to be tough because they have a 5-position Enchantress who very rapidly is going to become useless. Just a free kill. A lot of team fights. This Brewmaster being behind like this,
Excalibur.
it's a lane dominator. So
I just can't believe how much pressure this Morphling is under. Still farming okay, but you can take a look at the net worth and see he is behind the Omni Knight.
I mean, top lane's abandoned, and he's
Yeah.
still trying to play
Oh,
bottom.
they're going to keep the pressure going, too. Just constantly diving him, bullying Excalibur. He gets the stun off, but he will fall. Can they get the PA in turn? Trying to slow Skeeter down here. A big committed rotation with the Brewmaster ultimate and the Ember surging forward. That looks like they will get more, though. They'll punish this dive, avenge their Morphling, but he needs a lot of time to catch up now. So nice job of replying by Singularity to keep it close. Can they transition this into something? Gunnar jumps into them. No respect for the combination that they have. Where is the backup for Gunnar? Well, his team was not expecting that, and they're going to lose yet another hero.
Dire's middle tower is under attack.
weird.
Yeah, I think he didn't. I was trying to like leap in, leap out, but he did it into a flame guard. Like
Yeah.
he's the most farmed hero on his
Radiant's
team.
bottom tower is under
You
attack.
can't do that. I was about to say that was a nice split. You got to use the split, but you want to get an objective for it. You've all of a sudden created space for Excalibur, who's just suffering down here. Now he's going to have a ward. His like what?
Like, bottom lane is a safe area to farm
Yeah,
now.
and they handed it to him.
That was pretty weird, especially since the Brewmaster was off map for so long. Because he literally he left top lane and tried to walk all the way across the map, and then realized a little bit too late, like as the team fight started, oh, I got a TP. He was off map that entire time. They still went for the dive at bottom lane, which set them up for kind of a bad team fight in the first place. But then it just becomes so much worse with Gunnar's last play. It was kind of acceptable before that, but Guttering are feeding away. Tower goes down.
And Ember is pulling away now. Mage at 1,400 gold banked. He is almost 1,000 up on that Phantom Assassin, and similar versus the Monkey King. And I guess the question is, with that kind of evening of the score, how much pressure is there on NIP to continue taking objectives? Like, can they slow this game down and go back to farming, or is that Morphling just too much of a threat? It's going to get blown up.
It depends on how you're farming. If the way you're farming is putting pressure on the Morphling via like the strong laning phase that they have, then sure, it's fine. But otherwise, they do need to find a way to continue to get objectives every 5 minutes. Basically, around these siege wagons, you need to use your mid-game teamfight power to be able to chip away at towers.
PPD drops everything, only catching the creeps out. Excalibur just going to back wave. Oh, Pexu did get stunned there, and he will end up falling, but they had to invest a lot. All 5 heroes in the Radiant jungle, and just opens up that top lane. Free farm for the Morphling.
I'm just not. Think about Nip's lineup. Is who's actually going to deal damage and scale? Skeeter's rushing Deso.
Pounce in, Gunnar immediately getting turned upon. They throw out the Avalanche. They're going to commit for this, so it looks like the Monkey King's in a bit of danger. Universe tries to heal him, but the chains connects on 2, and they're going to lose both of those unless Gunnar can pull off a miracle. He can't. He's down 2. And all the while, Excalibur farming, catching up. They're even going to lose the
He
Phantom
needs a blink.
Assassin of Skeeter. Blink, and he's back to the high ground, but the boulder toss to follow. Mage out of mana. Can't pursue through
Oh, he
this.
still split!
They are going to catch the Brewmaster, steal the split. Can they turn it with this? He's still very tanky. They don't really have a whole lot left in the tank. They continue chasing him with the dual breath, and they will get the Saberlight kill as well. Now diving for more. Peksu a bridge too far. They won't pursue.
Where are you going?
In good news for Singularity, Excalibur farming all the while and right back in this game, almost even now with the Monkey King and the Phantom Assassin. And they are leading.
You can't get split stolen.
Yeah. It's
Boys and girls.
It's the exact same thing as Centaur. You
just
have
hit
an
brawler.
instant ability to use afterwards. It should never be stolen. That being said, I'll keep to my previous rule. You get one. You forget about the Rubik, steal, whatever. For the rest of the game, it should never happen. You need a gentle reminder.
Not too gentle, though. It's got to get through you.
True, he did die. I suppose there was nothing gentle about that.
Dota is a cruel mistress.
But yeah, no Battle Fury build for Skeeter. So trying to hit that that early mid-game window even harder. Which is a little bit
They have to
surprising.
get a lot done.
Yeah.
I mean, they're losing on gold right now. Ember's had a great start. Morphline's right back in it.
I definitely thought they would have gone for the more scaling build of Battle Fury.
They've not given themselves much of a plan B. They are going to jump Mage here, but he gets the chains off. Still has Drum Charge available. Actually, they want to pursue Gunner. Is this going to be another death for the Monkey King trapped out in the trees? He will fall. Excalibur assuming his own Monkey King form.
Yo, this Ember Spirit, I just realized, they don't have any stuns, guys.
Yeah.
He's not going to die, and he's huge.
That's another reason I wanted to say the Battle Fury build and the scaling build is important for the PA, because you want to get your level 20 and 25 faster.
Yeah.
So the farming build helps getting that. But you also really need your Abyssal build for this game.
Yes,
You
the
need
Satanic,
Morphling
too.
and Ember Spirit.
You
both
need a
very
lot of
susceptible
things.
to that.
Radiant
Right?
structures
It-
are
it's
fortified.
it's one of those games where I think a lot of people do this, where you fall a little behind and you think, oh, I can't go back for this farming item.
Yeah.
Because then I won't be able to play as aggressive. But when you watch, like, when I see Honor and Thompson do this sort of thing, like, Honor would have 3 Wraith Bands, and he'd be going Battle Fury.
Yeah.
He'd still be willing to fight, but, like, you have to ensure that you don't fall off. I'd rather have my carry not participate for 5 minutes now, so that I know that after 30 minutes he's going to win me the game. Whereas now it's just, will this PA be relevant later on? I'm not really sure. Because says he's even with Morphling, even though he's had a significantly better start in a laning phase. Part of 9 kills versus the 3 of Morph, but it's because Excalibur is just playing more of his own game, being more selfish.
But then look at net worth. They're basically identical.
Yeah, I think that's definitely the favor.
Yeah, that's the
Singularity.
Singularity.
Yeah, they have better
They're
team
even.
fight now until BKBs come out, just because of the brew.
Fiverr popping that stolen split one last time.
I think given where the game was at like 7-8 minutes, the way this game should have gone for Nip is they would hold like a 3-4K gold lead and preferably have taken mid-time. But some bad team fights.
Now they're getting caught out. Fiverr jumped upon by this Ember Spirit. Does manage to steal the Remnant. Zips up to the high ground, but the slight ends him. Just deleted. Like a 3rd HP. And Singularity also managing to grab the PPD Jakiro. Things going from bad to worse, and NIP still moving in like they want to take a fight. They've got the 3 cores here. They want to try and jump Excalibur. Saberlight has his ultimate, though, and Excalibur is very heavily strength morphed already. Still 1,300 HP. Now they're suddenly changing targets. No, they will jump back on Excalibur. He's going to wave away. They're just getting baited in too deep. And now with the split coming through, Gunner's the one on the run. Heavenly Grace to try and get him back a bit more safely. And it looks like he will manage to juke them, get up to the trees, but no Excalibur kill. They're jumping in, moving after Saberlight. Are they really going for this? They're still committing. The whole squad's back. The gang's in town.
Ember's going to come back in.
And they want to take round 2 of this fight. Now Gunner's changing targets. He's changing his mind. He leaps away, pouncing back. PPD with a beautiful 3-hero stun. Then the crit over the top. NIP have found their opening, and they're looking to smash a hole in the door. They will take another buyback instantly on the edge. What will she get done with this Ember zipping in, zipping out? He can't decide. Meanwhile, Excalibur trying to do what he can here in the stolen Monkey King form, but they'll chuck in a creep. They'll start pushing back the other way. The fight keeps on going. The pounces keep on coming, and they're going to get another kill. They bring down Peksu again. That's a dieback, and now overextending his mage. He's got a remnant, but he is very low on mana here. The drum charge cooling down. Will it matter? Beautiful toss to try and get him back to safety. He's up with the high ground. He's sliding to the creeps. He will make
Gunner
it back.
dodged it.
Middle tower
He
is
does
under
get away.
Gunner dodged the adaptive strike hit with his whatever that's called. Shape
Why do you sound so
mischief.
surprised?
I mean, it was a good play.
The ruin of haste.
When there's a lot of fights going on.
Wild fight.
Speaking of wild fights,
Uh-huh.
do you ever see the movie Wild Things?
Oh, God. No, I did not.
It's a classic.
Is it?
Mage wants this tower, man. He's going to get it.
Radiant's middle tower.
Oh!
Look how much he can play this to, like, the absolute limits nonstop.
Oh, that's a monster kill streak,
Oh.
Dude, that's the hubris, man.
Oh,
You
that's a 1,400 gold swing.
You're like, this is a free Ember game. I can do whatever I want. And you were doing whatever you wanted for so long, and now you've just fed away a monster kill streak.
So, yeah, Gunner with the Echo Saber picked up now. BKB en route. Everything from NIP gearing up to try and continue fighting now. Keep the pressure on.
He did do what you were talking about, though, Kyle. He is going to go to the Fusel Blade build, but he maxed out 3 hits.
Wukon's command getting committed here. He's going to try to fight within it, but the Bruce Blade, he gets forced back. It dissipates, and now the Ice Path just catching the Wind Panda. He'll pounce away again, gets back to safety. Trying to dodge that boulder toss, just a second off with the Mischief. It will catch him, but there's no pursuit, so a Bruce split down.
They will have Deso on the PA soon, though. That's a something. The BKB timing for NIP. So right now, the way this game works is currently Singularity, they are in control of the tides. They are currently, it's their time to shine. Once the BKBs come out, it shifts back to NIP. But as those durations get lower, it goes back the way of Singularity with that more Ember in the better late game.
Speaking of that Ember, he's getting beaten down in the middle lane. He'll try to jump away. Another Remnant thrown out. Gunner not going to pursue. But NIP are starting to feel themselves. And, oof. We're starting to lag.
Yeah, I'm lagging.
I'll try to reconnect. Just imagine what's happening right now, if you will. They've got the Desolator. Roshan available, looking for that kill to open things up.
They did take mid tower
And they got the tower.
because they killed the Pro.
And no split for a minute. They're going to head straight to the top lane.
Yeah, whenever the Brewmaster ultimate is on cooldown, you're going to be playing this game, I think, as Nip. I'm not even sure if you have to wait for the BKBs. If the Brewmaster ultimate is on cooldown, you can take an objective. Or at least try for it. Maybe pressure a tier 2, maybe go for Roshan. They obviously, with the Deso, can do Rosh pretty quickly.
Oh, yeah, the Deso does allow them to accelerate the tempo of this game substantially when it comes to objectives, which they weren't particularly good at taking otherwise.
There's still this stupid-ass Ember
Dire's
problem that
top
they
tower
have,
is under attack.
where they just don't have a ton of control for him.
Dire's
What can
structures
Bivert
are
steal that would solve that? There's not really a whole lot.
I mean, to be honest, it's I think it's mostly Boundless Strike into Ice Path is like the best hold they have on him.
He is playing so, like, he's so
Dire's
in the
top
front
tower
line, though,
is
that
under
he has
attack.
been walking into
Dire's
stuns and
top tower
combos.
has fallen.
So as the game goes on, we'll have to play more carefully. But here comes a smoke. Gunner's in position to reveal it in all likelihood. Dinshka's going to come up first. NIP assembling its Universe out in front. He's going to break it. And now they jump onto that Jakiro trying to blow up PPD. The Wukon's command get dropped. They're going to fight within it. Omni Knight ult as well. Everybody blowing their loads. In comes the Brewmaster split. But it seems like they might be able to fight this Brew split. Saberlight running back, and in the backline, Skeeter is slaughtering, killing off everyone. Brewmaster split dead. It's a triple kill for him. Leaping rapidly away is Excalibur. He does not want anything to do with NIP. They just hit a big power spike.
Was Ember even there?
No.
He had a DD. Where's the
Radiant's
Ah!
bottom tower is under attack.
Yeah, they walked up into high ground with not a great idea of what was going on.
They stood in the Monkey King ult. They didn't have their most farmed level 15 Ember who'd been holding a DD. That was the dream fight, and then they just take it in a really awkward way, and that was the Deso reveal. You knew that the PA was going to pack a punch.
Well, she had already
bottom.
shown it top, so they definitely knew she had it.
Peter?
He's out of mana.
Peter? Peter?
Can't get in range. In fact, he might get baited in.
Dire's
Will
middle
they keep
tower
on chasing?
is under
No, he
attack.
backs away. Well, straight from the Deso
Dire's
towards the
middle
BKB
tower
now
is
for your
under
Phantom
attack.
Assassin. Monkey King pretty much has his BKB if Gunnar wants to grab it. And Excalibur, well, closing in on an Ethereal Blade, it appears.
Roche time.
Are scanning.
Singularity they gotta get there with their Ember Spirit. Because they don't have the Brewmaster split, the Ember Spirit's still really strong, but he has to be around the pit, spamming Sleight of Fist, making Nip feel uncomfortable committing. Since he's not there, then Nip are just gonna take it for free.
This is really cool. But the combo of the Degen Aura plus the Jakiro actually slows Roche's attack speed so much they don't even take damage from it. Helps to have the
I mean,
rules.
yeah, then they've got a PA tanking it as
Yeah.
well. So
Radiant structure.
Top of those drums moving in, looking for Pexu. Can they get in range? Just the creeps. It was a defusal grab for Gunnar, so skipping the BKB for now. We'll go back for it.
Dire's middle
And
tower
here comes the
is
jump
under
on the
attack.
Saberlight. He will brawl away. And now it seems like Singularity are going to
Dire's middle tower
really
has
focus
fallen.
on the split push game here. You've got Ember up top, Morphling down bot, Fire and Ice on the sides, and NIP looking to force an issue.
Radiant's
They're
top
smoked.
tower is under attack.
They're going to lead with Gunnar. He immediately finds Dinshka, who walks right into it. Bad timing for him, and a quick crit for the kill.
I do want to point out that DNZ is committing to that same build we were talking about earlier, Kyle. Against a lineup that is very physical damage heavy.
Dude, it's
If he's not going to go his ultimate against a PA, then he is saying it like there is no game
This ult
he's
sucks.
ever going to go for it. He is always going to go this build, which
Singularity
is
wanted-
interesting to me. I personally don't think 20 movement speed is better than 10 armor, but
hey man, that's why we're commentators.
that's true.
We don't necessarily know.
Tower is under
It's I know it's a temptation, and we all have this to make like strong statements, even if we don't necessarily have the supporting evidence required to really come to that conclusion.
Dire's
So
bottom
you know,
tower
just
is under
we'll wait and
attack.
see.
I don't know, Kyle. I think we do have all the facts.
No,
10 armor,
10 armor,
or 20 movement speed.
it was nerfed though. It used to be 12. 10 armor.
You really think the 2 armor is why he doesn't go for it?
I mean, look, 10 armor, plate mail, 1,400 gold. 20 move speed, windlace, 250 gold. The
Gunnar.
math checks out.
Gunnar chasing Mage here. Mage is in a lot of trouble. Has no mana whatsoever right now. Primal Spring nails it and is going to get the
Radiant's
kill.
top tower is under
One more hit.
Man, a
Death for the
bird.
Ember, who had
Dude,
such a good
Saberlight.
game. He's running right into the
He has the
Wukon's
pump as well.
command.
No, he
There's
got
a
that
defusal blade. He gets it off, but Pexu running in, also getting clubbed right now. So they both have to retreat, and this could be a high ground opportunity with no Bruce Blade, and that's if he gets out. In pursuit is Gunnar. He's not going to let you get away for free.
Just sit
Keeps on chasing. While meanwhile, Skeeter and Excalibur dueling out in the bottom lane. The Purge comes through. The crit comes through. It's going to be a long and slow death until this Omni Knight arrives. We'll make this a bit cleaner, a bit quicker. So now no Brew split and no Brew. We've got 40 seconds with him on the sidelines. Singularity falling apart here in the mid game.
All right. Easy game. I don't know what. I don't know how much damage they're really going to be able to do to any buildings. I think maybe they just get map control off of this. I think they may have to wait for a second. I don't know. What is their timing to hit high ground, Kyle? Is it on second Aegis?
It's just when you get enough of an advantage. It's more that you're never really trying to go high ground, but you're not concerned with Excalibur at this point. You look at his items, you see a Dragon Lance and a Knee Blade. You're not frightened.
So
You
it's
just
not
need more
timing,
sustain.
it's opportunity.
Exactly.
Yeah.
You have the timing. Now you're waiting for the opportunity. You're like a tiger up the tree, camped out perfectly with the sight of the watering hole. And then you go get him when you see that time to strike.
I don't know, with the sound effects and Kyle's tiger thing, I was thinking of the saber tooth chasing
From the
old
Flintstones. Yeah.
Yabba dabba doo!
Radiant's top tower is under attack.
And that's what I was imagining Kyle as.
Dire's
Kyle's
middle
definitely
tower
Fred,
is under
right?
Yeah, Kyle's Fred Flintstone.
I wanted to be Barney.
Well, dude, you get that
Radiant's
bang in
top
Hot
tower
Wife
has fallen.
Fred has. What's her name? Wilma or something?
Yeah.
Radiant
Dude,
structures
Wilma.
are fortified.
They had like a live action Flintstones, right?
Yeah.
In
Yeah, I
like
think
the
so.
80s or something?
No, well, there was
Radiant's
a.
top tower
It was
is under
probably a
attack.
2000s.
But there
Not
was.
that I saw it,
But you knew it.
but yeah.
And you didn't see it?
And I just.
God, I'm disappointed in you, Austin.
Radiant's top tower is
I
under
know.
attack.
You
I
used to
watched
think
Fast
you were a
and
man
Furious
of culture
instead.
until you watch Fast and
Dire's
Furious
bottom
8
shrine
or whatever the hell they're on now.
no, they're on their spin-off series. That went to so many that they had to have a spin-off.
All right, here comes Singularity snaking around. They are trying to slay the beast, worming their way through the trees,
Radiant are
wrapping
scanning.
around. The Radiant scan
Dire's
will
bottom
not
shrine is
reveal
under
them.
attack.
Could this be the opportunity? They're moving in. Up the cliff, Monkey King pouncing away. He lurks on high. He's ready to go. He jumps off the tree. He hesitates. He thinks about it twice, and Dinshka makes his move, but it's onto two very tanky cores. They're fine for now. Gunner turning it around with the crit, the BKB, and he drops the the hammer, whatever you want to call it. This Morphleet's in all kinds of trouble. He's got to back out of it. They don't really have to fight inside of the full Wukong's command, though, so now the fight continues without. But Excalibur's low on mana. The crit's coming through. Blown up and quick, fast, in a hurry. Now time to pounce the hell out of there. Gunner in pursuit. It's Monkey Wars in the trees. Excalibur running for dear life. Looks like Gunner won't be able to track him down. Not the cleanest
Poor Willie.
fight, but he's still chasing. He's still chasing. He's still
Oh.
chasing. Who's the bigger monkey? Hoo-hoo, ha-ha. Oh.
He's out of mana.
No mana, and
done.
he's looking pretty dunzo.
He's going to have a big stun, though.
He's going to be
just
very tanky with 4,000 total HP, but they can work him down slowly and surely.
Toss him!
Continue
TNT,
to...
save him!
Nope. Nope. Not going to happen.
Why don't you toss him backwards?
He's like, you're done for, bud. I ain't helping you.
The worst part, it took so long to die. Now Nipper right inside the base. Thanks, our creep waves here, boys. Let's kill this tier 3, hit the racks. But they're just outplaying. Singularity had such a great spot. What went wrong? Well, everything. But why?
What?
See, these are the deep questions.
What?
Asked and
What
answered.
was that,
What went
Kyle?
wrong? Everything. But why?
But why? Are you
I'm
trying
s-
to match LD's hype or
I'm
what?
just trying to ask questions. Set up with the TriCast. Trying to make sure that
you're
set
supposed
up
to
for
be the
success.
man with answers.
Sometimes, LD,
Dire's
I
top
find
shrine
that
is
I
under
seem to know
attack.
less than everyone else. And this is one of those times.
Dire's top shrine
That was a rough
has
fight.
fallen.
It was. Is
It's
it items
fitting
or
that
what?
you used the Attack on Titan theme for that.
Because they were trying to kill a pack of Titans.
Yes, much like the humans in Attack on Titan.
Yeah.
Spoiler
try and take a
alert,
fight
a lot
that
of
they
them
are-
die.
They are ill-equipped
Yeah.
to
And
fight.
Can you do me a favor and just go through the health pools of these NIP heroes? Because it's very telling, the strategy. Once again, both supports, very high in the net worth, very tanky. A mech on PPD along with Embracer. Rubik, 1,300 HP, is going to be going for the Ags next. All the cores, strong. And I look at Singularity's heroes, and I just think, where's the...
Is under attack.
Whose items matter? Why does Brewmaster have a Vanguard? What is that?
Dire's bottom
Well,
shrine
Crimson
has
Guard
fallen.
is a very good item versus Monkey King.
I strongly disagree. I would much rather have a halberd, even just because it gives me some damage. I'd rather the brew be going for the Radiance if the Ember's going to buy a BKB first. I mean, Saberlight, he was farmed, but he's fallen off super hard because of this. This item doesn't give him any help, any damage.
We were talking about free Ember game, you know? Like, he didn't really need that BKB so much as long as he kept hitting his timings and stuff.
It
But-
was pretty free, but they had some really costly deaths.
Yeah.
Like when he died mid to get that tower, that was what was it? He had 8. He was wicked sick. He had 8 kills.
Yeah, I think that's monster kill, but I'm not sure. I don't know.
I can't remember. 7 or 8 kills, something like that. But he was out of control.
Yeah. No, I mean, I agree with you that, like, I think Heaven's Halberd is the
Scanning.
better item, for sure. But I understand why he wants to go Crimson Guard against Wukong's command.
I feel like the item selection is not really the problem here, though. You know, it's like the fight selection, some of the costly deaths that could have been avoided,
They definitely
and
threw
the
away a
laning
lot of
stage.
their-
The laning stage was real rough. Excalibur was getting bullied bottom, or sorry, first it was top. He was getting pressured a lot by the Omni. Then he went bottom. He was getting bullied there. They didn't let the Morph farm, and so it was really up to Ember to carry the mid game. And him dying, just, you know, who's going to take over?
Yeah.
I just don't know it's item as if it's play or what. It just feels like Nip have a way better understanding of how to fight, how to play around objectives. Somehow they're always like, how are they outscaling with this? You know, like this PA went Deso first, and
They
somehow
seem more unified, like in their play, right? Like you,
Yeah.
you point out, Mage wasn't even in that big team fight earlier. He was off farming, and he had a DD rune. Like, I'm not sure if they have too many, you know, cooks in the
Dire's
kitchen,
top
Yep.
tower is
or
under attack.
you know, if no one's calling the shots. But the end result looks a little messy.
To be fair, this lineup of Nips, like, I think it continues to get strong until, like, 45 minutes. I think that's at the point where you start getting outscaled most of the time. I think Singularity just missed their timing window of, like, that 15 minutes before when the Ember Spirit has a really free game and stuff. Like, they should have been able to do
Has been
a lot with
killed.
it. Once they get this, that's such a big pickup, by the way. That Courier, it had the Solar Crest on it, but it also had the Aghanim Scepter for the Monkey King, and that's a really good way to take objectives. The statues will hit buildings, as long as there's no heroes around.
So may delay them 3 minutes
Radiant
here.
are scanning.
Yeah.
One of those will be getting road.
Yeah, it's still within your Aegis timing window, so guess it,
It's not the end of the world, but
yeah, not the end of the world for sure.
but like, is there something coming that will change the tides here? Mage does get the Radiance.
I mean, if you think about it, if they hit their 15-minute window better, they don't give up Roshan
Yep.
nearly as early, right? And then in turn, it means the second Roshan wouldn't be up yet, or you know, whatever happened.
Could it be the difference maker? They're not going to have it for this upcoming team fight. Both teams have smoked. Who's going to get the jump? Saberlight revealed as a Skeeter. Nobody going in. And now they want to get out. Monkey King jumps forward. The crit comes through on Excalibur. Quickly latch onto Mosquito. He takes a pounding, but he does have the Aegis, so he can afford to wait for round 2. Gunner's out in front. He's committed the Wukong's command. Ember jumps out. It's a complete whiff. Or rather, a great juke, you should say, as Excalibur chases forward, looking for PPD. There's the Omni Knight ult to try to keep them in fighting shape, but they manage to latch onto the Jakiro, dropping him low. Finally getting a kill. It looks like he's still standing strong with the help of the Omni. They will finish him off. Peter instantly buying back. Tiny also dead. No ability for Dunchka to get back into this fight, and so they look for more. Monkey King stun coming through, locking down Saberlight. Out of mana and out of options. He'll drop as well.
Yeah, they used everything, but Jakiro's so tanky. He's not even worth killing. He has 14 armor and Greaves, 2,000 health.
Yeah, with the Guardian Angel ongoing throughout it.
Just
All
look
the
at the
back
difference.
lines. Uh-oh. Hexu. Make it 3.
I know it's like a winning game versus a losing game, but like the difference in vibes, right, is massive.
God. Just in a lift, he's dead.
Yeah, I agree. I think it's every game Nip plays, they have a huge advantage on their supports. The cores are often even, but it's the itemization. It's similar to Secret and how they won a lot of their games. You've got 5 real Dota heroes. Singularity, what's Pexu's place in this game? And what is Disnishka looking to do? He still only has 1 point in ult cap. Maxing out that tree grab. Does not want more armor.
Maybe he just really hates losing his attacks.
I guess, dude. It's so much EHP.
I don't know why.
It's 40% more effective HP against physical damage. And all of the damage is physical.
Yeah.
Convincing finish here for NIP.
Jiminy.
We're going to pound into the Fountain. Gunner dropping a celebratory. Wukong's command, popping that cheese. And the GG is forced. So NIP up 1-0. They are 1 map one game away from coming to the Dota Summit 11 at the minor, having a shot at the major.
Golly gee. That was not a good look for Singularity.
Yeah, I'd be real concerned if I were them.
Yeah.
Like, psychologically, it's a game you could have won, probably should have at least been very competitive in, and it just slipped away.
Yeah. Like I think that game still would have been, it's not that if they hit their 15-minute window they would have won the game. Right? You still would have gotten into this 25, 35-minute window for NIP where they would have been stronger than you, but at least it would have been competitive, right? You would have been closing in on a Morphling that's getting bigger and bigger. You would be able to hold high ground better, contest Roshan better. Like all these things sort of snowball off of just kind of really screwing up your early game. So, and I don't think you can afford those kind of mistakes against NIP. They seem like a really pretty competent team compared to these other minor qualifying teams.
We're really heaping the praise on them. They're competent.
Yeah, I agree.
I
with
mean,
Pat.
at the end of the day, they're still a minor qualifying team, right? They didn't qualify
in a
their
European
majors,
qualifier where the big three are not here. So
Yeah.
It is. They're definitely sharp, but again, it's sort of like you know those. You ever in school you were smarter, so you thought about taking maybe like the honors classes, the gifted ones, but realized that maybe you could just take the regular class and it would be really easy.
Chill,
and you'd be one of the
take it
smarter
easy.
kids. Yeah, that's what that's NIP right now.
So big fish, little pond syndrome.
Yes.
Okay.
And unfortunately for these EU teams, that pond's going to open up. They're building the canal.
That's why they're fleeing.
Connecting it to the ocean.
They're taking the pathway to freedom and heading back to America after this.
Well,
this round, supposedly.
hey, they keep getting 3 spots.
Yeah.
I would follow my manifest destiny too, because the goal
Honestly,
is,
I think they probably thought there would be 3 spots for EU based on last year.
you would think.
Yeah. But Valve, they're one step ahead. You are not just going to, mind game Valve into an easy qualifier spot. You got to earn your place.
You ever think Valve, like, in their head actually does a little bit of that?
Yeah.
They're like, we're going to debate somebody to moving to NA and then just lock it down.
Yeah.
One
One spot.
NA's down to 1 spot. And all
No
of you are locked in here.
minor positions.
That'd be so funny if they did that.
I think with the way they've constructed the system, where it's very open, like you can, for the most part, switch regions. You have to have some tie to the region, but it's quite nebulous, right?
Yeah.
Like they need to leave it vague
as
to where the slots are going to be for major, or it can be abused.
I agree. I think it's actually one of the. I don't think things like the extra slots for the regions needs to be like unknown. We could just have 3 spots from major win, like 2 spots every region, top 3 at the major. You get invited. Okay, that could happen. But when it comes to specific region rules, it is sort of something you got to do on a case-by-case basis. Because maybe like this team can only play in this region because that's where the sponsor is, or maybe like this guy can't get a visa. So like, and some teams are abusing regions, and some teams are just like, well, no, we want to be here because that's where our boot camp is easiest, even though we have 3 Americans. EG, of course, is still a European team, but I have no problem with them being allowed to play in North America, as an example.
But if they're playing in North America, aren't they American at heart? Isn't that aren't
Yes.
we a nation of immigrants?
We are, and that's also not to get
Too deep.
too deep, of course. But it does seem kind of silly to not like outsiders when our entire country is effectively, there is no such thing as an American.
All right, that's
Except for
enough,
the-
guys. Game 1's over. Thank you for watching. We've got more Dota coming up next. NIP leading 1-0 in the best of 3. Winner of this comes to the summit.